Hi, it's Xavier from Expressions of Grace Bonsai, and today we're going to get to this privet. I've never done privet before, but I'm sure it's going to be no different from box. Jason, I know that you're going to pay particular attention to this one, so please get yourself a coffee, some anti-stress balls or whatever, and then watch, and maybe you'll just enjoy it. This was picked up at Doncaster last year in September from the Bonsai Boot Fair, and I actually picked this one up for £10. And granted, I know they're all basically ex-hedgelings, and this is no different. It's been wired out. Really like how the wiring's been done, and in fact in a couple of places I've recognised that I actually need to get the wire off because it's digging in. Lots of new growth coming out, so it's very healthy. Got some lovely moss on it, which I'm definitely going to try and save. Quick spin. Branches down the lower there. So it's a clump style, which is probably quite traditional for a lot of these reclaimed hedges, these great big heavy trunks. Today all we're going to do is get it out of this great big container, probably halve the root height, have a quick look in there to see what's going on, remove the wire, and truly let it go from there. I'm quite happy. It's got a basic structure, so I don't want to do too much with it. So shall we get to that then, shall we? Shall we get to that, shall we? Is that a double negative or a double positive? Either way, we're going to go and do it. Okay, so first things first, let's now I probably want to lift that moss, just clean off the top a little bit. In fact, let's cut that first, shall we? How far down do we want to go? There? We go there. Okay, might be a bit harder than this little saw. That might be a little bit better. Well, thought it'd be a bit better. Ah, there's rocks in there, that's why. Okay. Well, there's no sign of great heavy roots. I've got no idea. I'm going to find there's some metal plate in there or something. First things first, I do want to save that moss. Let's try and find out what we've actually got going on down here. See what sort of soil it was left in. Okay, now I'm imagining privet, if it's anything like box, will have that same fibrous root structure, which it definitely has. I just want to see what we've got further down. Hopefully we're not going to find ourselves a little plastic bag. We always like plastic bags. Hopefully we're not going to discover any inverse tape down there. The further down I can go, the better. Just find that level where those roots are coming from. Okay, I'm going to be a bit more careful. What I don't want to do is end up ripping them off. So we've got a little bit of root structure there. Obviously the reason why is that was a pretty solid chunk of wood under there. And I might still keep that and let that'll be a nice solid base for it to sit on. Mainly because I don't think I've actually got the saw that's going to go through that easily enough. Just see where all these roots are coming from. Okay, it's still quite a great big chunk there. It's like the privet police are after me. So how far up are those wondering, I always get the impression that that was actually an air layer. Oh, actually I think it was an air layer by the look of it. Or maybe not, I don't know. There's more roots coming out of there, so no, it obviously self-roots like that. Leave it like that. Put it in a pot, and then see what we've got. Well, in the end, I did have to disappear. Got myself a good old Stanley saw, no plug intended. Managed to take off a bit off the bottom. I had to be careful not to destroy any of the fine roots. But that sits a bit finer now. The pot is a lot bigger than I'd want, but I needed a bit of depth on it. So that will sit in there like that. And we'll tie that one in. I'm going to start off with just a fine layer of pine bark. Starting to do that now. I found that last year I started doing it, and it does seem to be some beneficial results for root growth. Don't know if there's any science behind it. Okay. Obviously these roots like to dry out quite quickly. We really don't want that to happen. Making sure we have enough actually that are going to be in the soil. Got a good spread of roots at the back. Not the most attractive, but and if you're not aware, obviously the other way to do it when you've got a great big stump like this is to actually just put a couple of screws in there. So that's what I'm going to do. Obviously it helps to use the right screw head. Okay, there's one on that side, and it may well be that I'll do the same on that side. Who says? Okay, so I'm just using the wire there to hold that down, so that's nicely in place. Swap through the roots. Okay, so we've got that in the pot, a bit of huffing and puffing, nice and solid. I'm going to remove all this wire because I think probably need to do a little bit more on some of these, but I know from what I saw earlier that some of this wire's been on quite a while, so probably best to remove it all. But before I do that, I am going to moss up just around there, so there's lots of roots there. Really what I'm trying to do is just protect in between those roots that are exposed a bit. Just want to get, it's only a little bit, but right, first thing we'll get rid of that. It's all By the way, does anyone want to put a comment in just about now and tell me what I should have done, or or the amount of things I should have done before I took it out of that pot. Because I'm looking now at ruining. Basically, I've settled this down, I've dressed this, and now what I'm doing is covering it in chippings, and very shortly I'm going to be taking all the wire off it as well. Ooh. Okay, so the wire's all off. I'm about to lose my filming position because the sun's about to come over the yard arm. Something I can have a drink. One-sided, it's got a slope over. There's a lot of carving. I'm going to think about this one. We've got this great big branch here, and if this is going to be the front, clearly I need to bring this one down a bit more, which I can do. Bring this one around a bit more. I can do that now, but I'm thinking this great one may well come out. Hard to tell, but so if this comes around a bit more, this comes down around, maybe this comes down a little bit more. Okay, I've just applied a bit of wire to those pieces. Should use a double thickness there, but you learn. And this one we just need to bring it further round. And the other reason for doing that is it opens up. These ones here are actually coming out the back, whereas at the moment they're closed off. It's just a bit tight because of this bit here. Okay, so it has sort of brought it in. I basically intend to now let these foliage pads grow out. I'm not going to do much up here yet. The key thing of what I wanted to do to here was to, one, get it out of that pot. I wanted to have a look and see what the roots were like on it, and I quickly realised that there's still a lot more root development to do on it. I also wanted to just bring these branches a little bit forward. There's a load that can be done with the canopy. But now what I wanted to do is I'm going to feed it up, and I want to give it the opportunity to put on a lot more. I really want to thicken right out, and then I'll have another look at it probably later in the June, July time, when we see what growth we've got. There is always some obvious decisions to make, but now I want it to, with the flush it's got, I want it to get as much canopy as it can, because what I want it to do is to feed downwards and give the future energy that's going to be needed to get those roots moving. Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of growth in the back here. Quite encouraged by it, as I said. Never done privet before, so although as I understand I do have it because it's ligustrum, and I've got a couple of ligustrum, but where is one? I've got a ligustrum, I've got two ligustrum, but I've ignored them. So it's in its new pot. Got a bit of wire on it. Key decision is this one here, is actually getting rid of it. The only trouble with getting rid of it is that we'll have this great big negative space that carries that branch as well. So I think, seeing if this stuff grows well, we've got some there. Don't know if you can see right in there, there's some new growth straight on the main trunk. That could actually take over as a branch, to be fair. So I do really see that one going or getting channeled up. So that's as much as I intend to do today. I can see lots of potential for it. All I do have to do is put a few of Dougie's fertilizer balls on there. Let it go, see how it responds, and hopefully you'll see it next time when I'm going to do some more pruning on it, probably a little bit more wiring, possibly some carving. That branch in particular may go, and we'll have a look. But yeah, quite happy with that. So we'll give it a spin. I mean, this is the front. There's an argument in there actually with a bit of work. It's quite a nice thick base. It is quite, yeah, maybe, who knows. That's quite leggy there. Could do with some more back budding on that. But anyway. So from Xavier, having done his first bit of privet work, generally pretty happy. Got to see a new technique, which was securing to a screw in the base of the trunk. I've high hopes for this. All the best. Happy bonsaiing. God bless. Cheers.